Hey, it's Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I'm joined by.
I am Albert from Perennial Isolation, bass and vocals.
And I am Victor, drummer of Perennial Isolation.
Thanks for giving us some of your time tonight. I hope everything is well with you over in Spain with this insane pandemic going on. Could you give us some insight into your band, when you were formed, and about the new album Portrait that's been out a few weeks now, for people that aren't familiar with your band?
Okay, so the situation here in Spain is very complicated. So we are in a perimeter lockdown. We are in this situation. I think maybe 1 year. Yes, it's not with a great changes, because, for example, people of all countries can come to Spain, but we can go to other countries. It's something stupid, but it's the reality. The first 4 months from the last year, we had a lot of death. It was very something crazy, because the hospitals is totally
Overdose.
Exactly, and the numbers of death was growing up. It was very strange for us. And in Barcelona specifically, we were in our home in a lockdown since fifth month.
Yeah.
And was in the same time that we are mixing and mastering the album. We remember that we just finished the recording process 1 day before the pandemic hits in Barcelona, and was totally crazy in this time, because all the process that we need to do about the mixing and mastering was already 1-2 months, was with a lot more pauses, with a lot more difficulties to go to the studio. Was totally fucked. And just this situation affects the band, because we stayed a lot of months with no go to the rehearsal room, because the building was totally closed too, and is in another location. I think exactly, in another city. So was a very difficult year for us, but we are so happy, because we finally can get out our new album with Non-Serbian Records. So, okay, it's not a great year to go to the rehearsal and go to the festivals or make shows, but we focus it totally in the promotion of the new album. It's the unique thing that we can do in this moment.
Absolutely. So if I was totally new to your band, what track from the new album would you use to introduce me to your band, as well as, can you give us the feedback so far from media and your fans as well?
I think it's different for each member, because we have a lot of influences in every song. And for example, for me, my favorite song is The Silent Solace. I don't know why, because I think it's it not have a lot of force in comparison. For example, the Breathless Season Vein on the Autumn Legacy Underline the God's Caress. I think it's a very special for the atmosphere that had, of course, with the participation of Emilio Crespo from Sojourner. For me, it's the more special song. It's more sadness. It's more melancholic in comparison to all the tracks with the album, and is the more different. So because all the album is related with autumn and winter seasons, and this song is specifically about the most bitterness in your life, more sadness in your life. But it's just my opinion. What is your favorite song?
Yeah, I think Autumn Legacy, for example, for me, it's one of the most powerful songs of this album, and for me, on the drums, is one of my favorites, because it's just funny to play.
Yeah,
but we're surprised, because all the media and all the people says a lot of songs that
it's not our preference.
Yeah,
exactly.
like
yeah,
songs.
Yes, yeah. I think it's for example, we surprised because all our singles that are three are Autumn Legacy, Silent Solace, and
The Red Blessed on Bane.
exactly are the most favorite songs from the band. But we surprised, as said Victor, that all media and all reviews. Say that the more special songs are another. For example, Through Fire Upon Fire and and Facing Sorrow from the Vast Nation. It's just not. It's not the special songs for us because yes, are happy to play and happy to songwritings. It's okay, but are not for us the most powerful songs in the album. So this is funny because all people in different countries, all people in different medias have a different opinion about the songs that is totally different about the musicians. It's very funny. It's very funny, man. I like it, this vision of the album in about all types of media that have an opinion totally diverse and totally different about the band. But I think that every song of the album is totally different between them. So I think that it's a very dynamic album in this case.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Cool. So when we think of black metal, we sort of think of Norway, Sweden, Finland. How is it a black metal band from such a sexy, sunny country such as Spain is
it's strange.
related deep, dark, and intense music? How did this occur?
¿Cómo pasó? Hacer black, nosotros.
It's a very hard question. So because you should know that the idea of perennial isolation that it's totally different than 9 years before. I was playing in a different black metal bands, very little bands here in Barcelona, and I was a bit frustrating. So because there are very little musicians with not a great experience, and so I feel a bit sad and a bit frustrating because I have ideas in my head and I can do it and I can make it with another musicians. So I stay in 2 points that I create one band or just to delete something and make another artistic points. So I start to find some musicians just for create something in studio, nothing in live. And I called Victor, that in that moment plays in a death metal band called Massive War, important band of death metal here in Barcelona, and another guitarist that is not following us. So we start to play something depressive black metal like Nocturnal Depression, like Celestial, or with influences of French black metal and Portuguese black metal. And we create a first EP in called Uncertainty in 12-13. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why create a very interest in our little local scene, and all friends and all people asking us to make shows about this EP. We was very surprised because it was not the idea. Our early idea were created 2-3 EPs and no more, and we thought about this possibility. And was growing up and asking a lot of shows and different points of Spain. And I think in 2014 we decided to create a full album. It's Conviction of Voidness. Yep. And was totally destroyed this year because there were a lot of shows in Spain and first shows in Portugal and in the South French too. And finally in 2015. We split up with our early guitarist and we put it in the band 2 guitars as a member.
Official member.
Exactly. Like that. That it's Mark and Ivan. And wow, this was totally incredible. 2 guitars on a music that early was created like 1 guitar. Wow, totally incredible. And in that point, we decided to go our early mainly influences that are atmospheric black metal, like bands like Winter Fillet, Sour, and Gods of Desolation. And it's just like the music that we like it, and we can't play it with the other with the first guitarist. So with the two official members, we decide to create this type of black metal because it's that mainly the music that we listen. And we create in 2016 Epiphanies of Your Fan Light. That was a very scored in the media. And we can do it a lot of European tours. We played in different countries. We meet great bands that in our mind was impossible. In our young was impossible to thought, like Camphor, like Incantation, like Impaled Nazarene. Arakiri for the Sky. Yeah. And well, and this is now in 2019. We start to. I love your cat, man.
Oh, sorry.
in 20, I have a one cat, but it's just sleeping. Maybe in this interview can wake up and start to walking outside of the PC. Yeah. But so in 2019 we create
the beginning of portraits.
Exactly, portraits, and we decide to put our ideas, our influences, or our visions that ¿cómo se llama? Okay, all the ideas that we saw in the different tours, all passages, all landscapes, we that our eyes saw in the past, and create something experimental. Yeah, something experimental in construction. More aggressiveness and more melancholic that we create before. And just these portraits that we are presenting you tonight.
How has the whole situation then with the pandemic affected your creativity and mindset? Did you think about holding back release date? And has it given you ideas for the next album from you guys?
We fuck it, man. We just fuck it because, yeah, when you're preparing a new album and obviously without thoughts of a new level or new promotion, you want to play, you want to defend it on the stage. But well, all our performances in different festivals that we have that we got confirmed from the last year is totally postponed. And I think that a lot of bands here in Barcelona are just splitting up because they can't play. This is not our idea. Never we stopped the band in this moment of pandemic. So we are think that if we can't play, we can do something more activities. For this reason, we have in mind to do our presentation of the new album in streaming. I can't offer you a date because we are working in the audio stuff and video stuff. But the problem is that here in Barcelona, the shows and the concerts is in a strange situation because all the important venues for play extreme metal is totally closed. We don't have a date for to make or for to take this venue for presenting. So this presents for us a problem how when and why can present this album. So one day I think that after Christmas, Victor and me was thinking about that how can we do the shows, maybe go to another country, but we can travel.
It's really hard.
Exactly. Okay, so in conclusion is we don't have venues for play now in Barcelona, and we don't have dates for play outside. What is the solution? Okay, for make it in streaming. Yeah. So we decide to play the whole album in streaming. Maybe I think will be this summer. And then at the end of year, we will do another streaming show, in this case in YouTube. We're playing the last songs of the portraits and Epiphanies of the Fan Light. Yeah. Exactly. But well, I think that it's not a moment for to stay sad with this pandemic. I think it is a great moment between commas, but it's a great moment for to unleash your creativity and reinvent your band. Yeah. And it's just that we want to new merchandising and new possibilities of shows in record mode, but in YouTube and Twitch, surely.
So can you tell us what first inspired you both to be musicians, and can you remember your first ever performance?
Oh man, our first I remember that our first performance in comparison like that were totally different. So almost raw. We were one guitar and just one bass, and just I remember that is more a black metal playing like more doom metal is more mixed.
Yeah, more depressive.
Exactly, and with a performance with no very, for example, with. Great quality lights, for example, is static lights normally, and I remember that the first shows were in a small bars and the small venues, more just for the people that like this type of style. But now, yes, our 9 years playing, and we played in the very big venues that in that when we thought it was in unthinkable that we played, for example, in Erfurt or in Oberhausen, and now we want to improve our performances with more lights, with more samplers, for example, and with more folk performances. Okay, we want to change it. We want to create something more atmospheric. We want to put all the essence of the new album just in the stage, with the same sound, with the same amplifiers, with the same instruments, and create something like you are listening in the album that you can feel. You can feel. We want that people feels the same that listen in the album in the new shows.
Excellent. I mean, do you think gigs will ever return after these crazy COVID days? And what does playing live actually mean to you?
¿Qué significa tocar en directo para nosotros ahora?
I think it's all.
Yeah, it's now it's hard, and this is why we try to open a Twitch channel. Mm-hmm. We are 4 months.
Yeah, we created in at the first days of January.
Yeah.
And this is it's a question that a lot of media ask us because normally atmospheric black metal is don't play it live. It's just 3-4 bands that are very great bands and just are live bands like Winter Fillet or Sour Wolves in the Throne Room and Fen for something like England bands really. But normally this type of black metal is just created for one-man band people and just studio musicians. Is normally you can show them in live, and we are really a live band. We like it. We had a lot of months playing. I remember, for example, between 2015 and 2018, we stayed 3 years with non-stop playing live. A lot of tours in Europe, a lot of tours in Spain. We miss this a lot because it's our life. We are not a band of studio. We are a live band totally. And yeah, this situation focus a lot because we can even we can play to in the corner of our house because Catalonian Spanish government just shut down all the venues. It's oh man, I can play in a bar. It's stupid because important musicians of another styles like pop or rock can play in other countries or here too, and this is not a point for to stay sad or stay depressive because we can't play. No, we decided to open a Twitch channel for do our performances via streaming because there are a lot great bands and big bands that are doing this, like Camphor or like Vader or Obituary, for example, like the fact did a lot of streaming shows. And today, for example, is playing Carnation in streaming. It's a new situation. It's the new possibilities. And if we can do it, we will do a streaming show without problem. We are sure about that.
So, what was the album song that changed the way you listen to music? What got you into black metal, basically?
I remember that, for example, all changed in 2015 because Victor and me listen a lot of atmospheric black metal and just another styles of metal. For example, he's a metal library because he knows a lot of styles, and we are not closed mind just in atmospheric black metal. We like it a lot of styles of metal, but. Honestly, the early years of the band, we were very close to depressive black because our first guitarist just composed this style, and he can't allow us to grow or to experiment with our instruments or with voices or with lyrics. Was really frustrating, man, because we loved a lot of types of black metal. So in 2015, we decided to split up with this guitarist and to incorporate with our band two guitarists that plays atmospheric black metal like atmospheric black metal demands in this style. So for this reason, all the influences that we listened in the past, we can put it finally in the album before that was Epiphanies on the Orphan Light, and for this we include influences of modern black metal. For example, you can listen even influences of gent, of metalcore, maybe. Yeah. It's very strange that they say this, but it's really because our guitarist listens a lot of gent and a lot of metalcore, and a lot of deathcore band. And yes, it's really, for example, Anthissing Sorrows from the Bass Nation includes this type of styles. Yeah, exactly. So we are not closed man atmospheric black metal band. We want to put it different influences. So
yeah, we like to experiment.
Exactly.
Totally. We think that the first song that the change is the first song we composed with the new members.
Yeah.
Was And Then Here Is Created.
Yeah, from Epiphanies of
the Fun Light, yeah. The album before. And I think this is the song that changed all the vision of the band.
Yeah,
I think it's just we are on a rehearsal just for a little tour, and this song starts to create on the rehearsal.
Yeah,
and yeah, I think this song is the first song that we have some kind of it's a different a new vision of Perennial Isolation.
Yeah, exactly. This is the reason because. Well, when you have one guitarist and this guitarist is just listening through Norwegian black metal, you can experiment with different types of metal because, we had a lot of problems with that member. But so anyway, but with Mark and Ivan, that are the two members, just decide to say, okay, we can put it a lot of ideas, a lot of influences, a lot of styles of black metal. So for this reason, Portrait is so different in comparison all the albums that we did it in the past, because you can see different types of music. Even you can listen techno, exactly techno music and electronic music. Okay, you can see a lot of styles. For this reason, I think that we change it a lot. We change it a lot in comparison 5 years ago.
Portrait album cover is like typical black metal theme.
Yeah.
It's dark, it's gloomy, and obviously that's
Okay.
not a photo from Barcelona. So where was that photo taken, and had
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Eventually, man. Yeah.
Okay. So let me tell you that it's we are very surprised because a lot of reviews start saying that what the fuck an atmospheric black metal from Barcelona. It's true, but it's true because this style is normally located in Scandinavia and just in the north of USA, and it's curious because a lot of media is surprised that really
they are from Spain.
Yeah, exactly. Exists
discovered.
Exactly. I remember just one review that said, "Oh fuck, atmospheric black metal in a sunny and hot girls in Barcelona." And what the what? Yes, but I think that it's true. It's because in Europe is the vision that people that had in of Spain and of Barcelona is just the typical city that you goes to in holidays for enjoy with your family or enjoy even with family. And so it's not the typical city that you can find black metal. I understand, but normally but about the cover, the cover is a painting. It's not a photo and it's not a collage in digital. It's just a painting of Mark Thompson. Is an Canadian artist that make something covers for Agalog. Yeah. He's a friend of mine. We wanted something different in comparison the other albums. As I said before, this is the most special album for us with a different type of music, with different influences, with a different sound even. It's different all in comparison with all our stuff. So we decided to create something special for this, and we decided to put it a painting. We chat with Mark. Yeah. Mark give us license for use their painting, and we think that the house that you can see in the painting is the most perfect reflection about our name. It's the perennial isolation. It's just you in your house and in the dark and gloomy nature. It's just reflection too about the music that is into. It's just atmospheric. It's just you and the frontier between autumn and winter. And of course, it's not the typical photo that you can see in Barcelona because in Barcelona normally there is no snowing. Exactly. If you want to catch snow, you need to go to the Pyrenees in the frontier of France, and I promise you that you can obtain snow all the fucking year, but not in Barcelona. But it's very funny. It's very funny because all people in different countries are normalized that atmospheric black metal is about bands that come from this type of countries: Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and it's not the typical in Barcelona. And we had important bands of black metal music in Spain, like Balmog, like Martyrium, and in Barcelona too, like Cauldron, Fusco, that is in Season of Mist label. Yep. Obsidian Kingdom too, that, well, they don't play black metal, but in the early days, yes, yep, that have a different. For this reason, people is impacted because, oh shit, in Barcelona, it's atmospheric black metal music. What the fuck is not a city that creates this type of ambience? Oh man, if you visit the center of Barcelona, like the Gothic, barrio district, the Gothic district or the medieval district, I can show you that it's very dark and very gloomy scene. Yeah, it's very. Okay, because you can see different stages of the civil war in Spain, for example, and well, it's very funny. It's very funny to receive this type of reflection from the media, but well, it's not about the cover. It's not a photo. It's just a painting.
I want to thank you for your time this evening for the interview. Hopefully, you're going to be able to get over to the UK soon.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for? Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? Next year, let's say next year. What are your plans? Hopefully next year. Let's pretend there's no COVID. What are your plans?
Okay. Okay. So this is a different. It's a very hard question because now COVID is governing us. This fucking virus is governing us, and it's just creating our plans and modifying every day. Our plans. Well, it's difficult for the bands today to plan a tour or plan playing festivals. We are very surprised because at the end of the year there is a lot of bands that programming shows that is coming to Spain. And what the fuck is? But people don't have the old vaccination plan, and there is not venues opened. We can play in my city, so it's really that different that other bands can do a tour of 20 days.
Yeah.
Really? Oh man, I want to stay in these tours because I want to play too. But so our plans now is just that the next year we play in 2 festivals in Spain. One is a very good festival, that it's Iberian Warriors, that plays very good bands like Sojourner, like Catamania. It will be incredible. It's 3 days festival in the north of Spain, and we will play another festival here in Barcelona. I think it's in the summer. But at the moment we can do something more because it's very difficult for people like lives in Spain goes to another countries. For example, we can go to France to play. It's impossible.
But we can go outside of Catalonia.
Exactly.
We can go to Madrid or Andalusia.
It's fucking stupid, man. Because we saw in the news every day that are people of France, are people of Portugal, are people of United Kingdom, of people of Scandinavia that's coming to my city. But I can go to the center of Spain, that it's Madrid, for example. It's what the hell? We can go, for example, to visit my parents, that it's so outside of Catalonia. So it's so stupid, man. So it's very hard to plan something. For this reason, we decide, so okay, we can play in live in a venue. Okay, doesn't matter. We will play via internet in our rehearsal room and with our staff, and we will do the best of us, and we will do a very special performance to defend the new album. Is the unique thing that we can make in this moment.
Understandable. All right then, guys. Do you have any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Okay, really, we are a very small band, really, and we are very surprised for how all people are supporting us the last 2-3 months. We are very surprised, and we are very grateful for your support, that every day that you are doing us, purchasing our material, and sending your reviews, sending your photos about your vinyl. Thank you so much. We are so fucking great. We are doing this very special for us, and we promise you that you will have a very beautiful show in streaming. Exactly, and we will promise you, the next year we will stay in your cities and in your festivals. We will show, and we will do a very beautiful party or very atmospheric black metal party. And stay safe, please, and stay hard in these hard times.